Hello Tankers, is Mad and welcome back to some more World of Tanks console, and today something a little bit more serious, not too serious though. Today we're going to be talking about tier 10 medium tanks, and my two favourite at the minute used to be the Action X and the E50M, but lately two other tanks in my garage have really been performing for me, and this is one of them, the Object 430, one of three tier 10 Russian medium tanks. I don't think anyone's going to argue against the fact that the 140 is the best one. However, a lot of people say the 62A is the second best because of its really strong turret armour. But now I've got it and I've played quite a few games in it, I really don't like it, and I literally just went back to the 430 and carried on enjoying this tank. I don't know why people hate on this thing so much. Admittedly, it has its faults. Doesn't have much gun depression, but then the 62A doesn't. This thing has awesome DPM, and apparently has the best hull armour, and I will agree with that. It does tend to bounce a lot more than the 62, definitely, because of the front plate angles. The 62's front plate is fairly square, and you get ammo racked and set on fire all the time, which is really frustrating. Whereas if you look at this thing, they're led back just that little bit more, and because it's so low profile, normally it's hidden as well. Yeah, so like I said, this tank has, I think it has the best DPM out of the three of them. 5-second reload, look at that, 5.4 second reload. I'm not even doing the full try hard with combat rations, because even though the hull armor is pretty good, it does get set on fire quite easily, so I do forgo combat rations for a change, which is very unlike me. Yeah, because I've been set on fire a few times, and it's not really worth the risk for me. 5.4 seconds, you can't complain with that anyway. I have tried combat rations a few times and it's ended in a big smouldering fire. Yeah. Anyway, so both the games I'm going to show you, I've got two games for you today, my two favourite tier 10 medium tanks at the minute. Neither of them are particularly ginormous damage games, but I do feel I played pretty well in both of them and allowed my team to win the game. Not just me, you know, there is other people in these teams. But I feel my impact was pretty good in these games, and I personally played pretty good, which is, for me, it's been a bit lacking lately, a bit out of practice. Anyway, so it's looking like this position has died a death already. There's no point sitting around doing nothing. There's no point having DPM. I've spoken about this before. There's DPM and there's effective DPM. This tank may have one of the highest DPMs in the game, but if you just sat back waiting for something to happen, your effective DPM is basically 0. Anyway, right. Bounce off the front plate, look at that, lovely. That's an E50. That was a standard round mine, but still a tier 9 medium tank. Set up for a side scrape, perfectly viable tactic in the tier 10 Russian mediums. Didn't work out though. E50 died very quickly. Team are playing pretty well. So now we've got the attention of an E100, but I have two heavies in support. So what I'm going to do now is use their armour to my advantage. Going to wait for this guy to fire, and then use that time to pull out, take some sneaky shots, and then pull back. Did he derp his round there? Which means I've got another 13-14 seconds, but I see another target in the distance. Hit him, set him on fire. Good decision there. Could have overextended around the corner. I still don't know where all the enemy's team's TDs are, so it could be a little risky. Right, bad shot there. Went for the side armour, but he angled. Well, it's just a bad shot in general. That one was never going to pen that. But I didn't want to hang around because it looked like he had a round in the chamber. And there we go, E100 down. And even though I've just fired, the reload on these tanks, it's literally, you fire one shot and you're looking for where you're going to put the next one. Awesome. I don't know why. 430 is just my favourite. Yeah, I've had some wicked games in this thing. Always fairly reliable for me. Right, so now, Soviet side hub. Around the back of this tank, you won't have much gun pressure around the back, so even if he does decide to concentrate on me, he shouldn't be able to pen me. It doesn't matter, because my two heavies I had in support are playing really well again. Or is there only one of them left now? Making a risky move is perfectly good, as long as your team back you up, which they were in this situation. Quick look at the map. There's the enemy's artillery. 261. No shot behind the rock. There's a Borsig and an IS-3. Perfectly good spot for the Borsig. Didn't know what the IS-3 was doing. I don't bother loading high explosive. Reload's so good. There we go. If I'd have loaded a HE round here, I would have been left with a HE round for the IS-3. Artillery took the Borsig kill, but I got the spot in for it, so all is good. Hey, that's Sins's catchphrase, isn't it? Or is it, what is good? Yeah. Anyway, so they're down to 2 tanks. Unfortunately, this is where I start to mess up just a little bit. Right, so I'm aiming for the lower plate. There we go. At that angle, yeah, it's 50-50, I reckon. Right, aiming for his angled pike nose. He pulls forward just in time. Yeah, the pike nose on IS-7 works when they're facing towards you, so when they angle to the side, one of the plates becomes quite flat. Should have probably still loaded a heat round there. Maybe it would have picked up the kill. Anyway, so a quick game. Not particularly impressive credits or XP, but 5,500 damage, 2k assist points. And yeah, like I said, not a very long game, but the impact was quite high because I kept my tank in a position to be able to just keep firing, which is, you know, there's DPM, there's effective DPM. E5 comes top. Thank you very much, mate. Lovely bit of support there, worked very well together. Right, so the next game up is from my other favourite tier 10 medium tank at the minute, the STB-1. I'm trying to go for a third gun mark roll on this one, but I'm finding it actually quite hard. I have some good games and a couple of suckouts. Ruins my MOE percentage once again, but anyway, so what's good about this thing? Well, DPM again, very good reload, very good turret armour, which a lot of people don't appreciate, and when you combine that turret armour with lots of gun depression, and enough mobility to get that gun depression into a really sneaky spot early game, very, very devastating. You pay for that DPM though with this tank, although it's the same Royal Ordnance, basically 107, but you get on like the Action X and some other tanks like that. I think the Patton has it as well, doesn't it? The gun handling isn't as good. It's not bad though. These shots I'm going to hit here at range, you can see my aiming circle. Even compared to the 430, it looks quite big, and the RNG on this tank, waffle down, lovely, excellent couple of shots here at the start. Yeah, the RNG on this thing, mid to long range, but that was my own fault for auto aiming like a scrub. Yeah, but mid to long range, sometimes you play this tank, every shot hits, and then sometimes you play it, every shot just goes nowhere near where you aim. A little bit frustrating, but I still love this tank. Yeah, right. So, key point there, saw Jaeger in the difference. He's concentrating on this spot here, so if I poke too hard, that's 1,000 hit points gone, so I don't want to be... Wow, bounced off a Ferdinand. Lovely. Going for his track. He's out in the open. And one of the things I've not been doing lately is going for tracking shots. There's a nice bounce. 1390 up my backside. Cheers, team. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, I've not been concentrating on tracking shots. It gives you a lot of XP. Bounce for Lorraine, so that's a Ferdinand and a Lorraine. I suppose we're lucky to even hit the Lorraine there. Lovely shot on 1390 though, that puts him down to one shot. He should be dead very soon. Yeah, what was I saying? Completely lost my train of thought now. Anyway, let's talk about something else. Well, so I'm just holding my position. The enemy's team have a fairly good defence going on up there, on the left, near the cap. Our heavies are kind of there. They need to push a little bit more. Right, see if we can get rid of this Ferdinand. Bounce the Ferdinand with a lovely turret arm member. He goes down. Right, time to work on his buddy. Go pen the 1948. He's going to sit there. He's looking this way though. And he pens my turret. That's the thing with this turret. It is very, very strong. But there is some hatches. They're very small. But they can be hit. Right, so we're up to 7 pens, no kills. Remember, that's 7 pens with a 105, so it's a tidy amount of damage so far. Right, and this position is starting to lose its effectiveness. It's time to make the most of our team pushing through the map the other side. Right, quick shot on the 704, and again a bit of auto aim action. In some of the other tanks that would have worked, especially E50M, something like that. But not in the STB-1. Right, so the VKA is actually quite mobile. Look, he gets a shot in, he's dead. 704 is still alive. Not anymore. Right, so we've cleaned up the numbers even more now. And this game's ours to lose now, really, basically, isn't it? We've got 3/4 of the map. We heavily outnumber them. But they do have a Jaeger left, so I want to be a bit careful of him. Nice shot on his side there. Right, gun depression. Yeah, lovely. I don't load a HE round. There's plenty of other targets, and I don't know which one's going to be the best shot the next time I'm reloaded. Did I get the... Oh, I got the tracker shot, I think, but he had a repair kit left. Come on, reload. Yeah, see, that's the difference between this and an E50M. I do love the E50M, but the reload, it just makes it... In some situations, you just sat there in it, you fired a round, and you're waiting to fire the next one for age. It feels like an age. Right, 1948's trolling me. It's one of my favourite tier 8 TDs, that. Right, 140, he's gonna push, make a bad shot again, bone run repair kit. Right, so he's been tracked, go for the retrack, he burns his repair kit and he's on his move. He's coming for me, I'm a low health target. And we kill him dead. Haha. Right, so just those 2 TDs there. What the hell did I do there? Yeah, don't play so well in this one as the 430 game. But you can see it from my damage counters. I've had a good effect on the game. Right, so just the 48 left. Who's going to get him? And I auto aim again! I am such a scrub. I really need to stop doing that and aim my shots. There could have been a couple of extra pens this game. But anyway, let's have a look at the results. So again, not much credits, not much XP, but 5,500 damage, top of the team. Had a good effect, even if I didn't play quite so well in the second game as the first game. Well, so there we go, guys, my 2 favourite tier 10 medium tanks at the minute. Give me your thoughts on them in the comment section below. Right, cheers guys, catch you on the next one. See you later.